Does your iPhone not charge? Brought it to the Apple Store, but still no answer? You probably tried the method seen on many different "my iPhone doesn't charge" videos. Like brush the charging part with a toothbrush, pop it with a toothpick to get the lint out. Since there are hundreds of videos like that, I wanted to give you the real inside scoop of how to find out what you need to do. And if you possibly need to change a charging port of your phone, then stick around. First, I want you to get a friend's iPhone and go to settings, then go to general, go to accessibility, then the magnifier. And by turning this on, basically whenever you triple click your home button, you're gonna get a magnifying glass. So I'll show you. Triple click. So what I like to do is actually turn on flash on my friend's phone, right? And you're gonna slowly just zoom in on the charging port. After you focus, you can actually just take a photo. And if you see here, you see right there, these charging prongs are broken. This one seems a little non-existent. So this is one way that you can make sure that your phone isn't just lint infected, you know, that you need to actually get a new charging port. Now I'm gonna show you a friend's iPhone 6s. All the charging prongs look healthy. Okay, so that's what it should look like. I'll leave a link in the description where you can get the replacement part and tools, and you can check out my unboxing video of the tools right here. Here. So this here is my mom's phone that she used for less than a year. It looks pretty new, right? She has a bit of a temper, so she gets a little aggressive when things don't work. It was very evident when I found out that she had lost some charging prongs. It just wouldn't charge, so she shoved the lightning port charger in and out at different angles and eventually ripped them out. She had my high school graduation photos on this phone, so I wasn't gonna let this phone go to waste. It is also rumored that actually iPhone 5Ss are famous for having very weak charging prongs, so this is not an unusual event. I'm gonna start off. I printed this iPhone 5 screw page out. This is because that the screws are actually different sizes in the iPhone, and I didn't want the screws getting lost anywhere. So what I'm gonna do right now is actually get some tape and kind of double side them. So like I'd put it in the middle here for these two screws. Just make sure that you're keeping track of where your screws are and which screw needs to go into where. So I want to show you the replacement part that I'm also going to leave in the link in the description. Came with the charging port. There's the audio jack, the microphone, and the cable. And also came with a guitar pick to pry open the screen, some double-sided adhesive. So what I'm going to do first is open up the screen. 0.8 pentalobe screw, my suction cup. Remember to put the suction cup right up against the home button because that's the direction that the phone will open. Go right here, go right in. Okay, so I'm gonna put that screw right there, right? And then second screw. Okay, so second screw down. So now that the screws are off, we're gonna get our handy dandy pry tool. I'm gonna hold it thumb, ring finger, and just slowly open the top. If it's your first time opening it, it'll be a little rough. So when you open it, as you can see right there, there's an opening, like an inlet almost, you know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to push my pry tool in there. Don't shove it in too hard or too much, or too deep, I mean. And slowly but surely, you'll get the phone to open. So don't open it all the way. You're gonna get some tweezers, also part of the toolkit. And you're gonna go in there and you're gonna get that, if you see that ribbon cable, there's a metal clasp right there. I want you to get in there and pry it open. Don't go too deep because you might break the cable inside. So there we go. That's the metal clasp. That is very important. Do not lose this. And again, don't open it up all the way because you've got more stuff over there. So from here, you're gonna get just a normal Phillips screw. Action. After you remove those 4 screws, you're going to carefully open. Now you're going to carefully remove the cables with a plastic pry tool. Good. So now put the screen very safely to the side. So now we're gonna get the battery out, and to do that we need to get this metal bracket. Just gonna gently, not too deep, remove that. Now we need to disconnect these 2 cables. So just pry up, get this cable up as well. Okay, and we're gonna slowly there's gonna be adhesive underneath this cable. Not too far, because we need to take out the loudspeaker out. Disconnect this antenna wire So to take this charging port out, we need to take out the speaker first. So we're gonna take out these 7 screws. So after these 7 screws are out, we need to take this loudspeaker out. Like, careful, because this will have a tab. So now we're gonna take the whole charging port out by lifting this slowly. Okay, now to do this last bit, we need to push the charging port and the microphones in a little bit to try to lift the whole thing. There we go. We're gonna lay this charging port there, and we're gonna get our new one. So as you can see here, what's really different is this rubber pad. So we need to take that off. This routes the sound to the phone so that people can hear you. So when you take it out of the phone, it's gonna look like this. These are basically the same. However, we need to take this contraption out and replace it onto the new one. So to do that, there's gonna be some adhesive stuck behind this fingerprint cable. But I'm gonna test my luck and see if it just pries right out. Perfect. So there we go. So now what we need to do is actually, remember the adhesive that we got in the mail? We're gonna need to slice a piece that looks really thin, just like that metal part. Take this adhesive, attach it onto right there. We're gonna take the new cable very safely and just push it on. So there we go. Get this rubber piece from the microphone and get this back on. It doesn't slide off easily. So when it goes in the phone, it's gonna actually bend like that. If your replacement part has blue tabs, these are adhesives. So back to the iPhone. Make sure that this metal tab doesn't move. Peel the adhesive. Try to notch it in there without moving that metal clasp that we adjusted. This battery flap is being a pain. Okay, so you're gonna try to line it up. This part, remember, is gonna move backward like that. Before we put the speaker back in, we need to put the screws farthest away from it first in. This audio jack can easily just unlatch itself and just come off really easily. When you're putting the speaker, you gotta put it in these 2 tabs. I'm gonna talk about that later. Make sure to leave these 3 screws open, because that's what will hold the speaker in. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Now that we have these 4 screws in, now we're ready to put the speaker in. You notice that there's these 2 tabs, one here and one there. So what you gotta do is you just gotta slowly make sure those tabs are in first. 2 tabs going, yes. Make sure these tabs are in. Slowly push. Okay, perfect. So now the speaker is in. So now you can put these last final 3 screws. So after the speaker, you're gonna take the blue adhesive that was behind this, take that off, so that there's adhesive here as well. But before you do that, you see this yellow wire. This thing is ridiculously hard to put in. So you gotta put it in there. I really have no tips for you. This is just luck, pure luck. Oh my god. It should click just like that. Okay, so now these other 2 cables, they will just snap in. Okay, so 1, 2. There you go. Now we're gonna put the metal bracket in. Then we're gonna put the second screw in. Okay, perfect. So now we're gonna push that on. Okay, so now we gotta put the screen back on. First, second, and then third. So these should also just, snap on. Yeah, snap 1, snap 2, snap 3. I saw in some video that they used this tool to kind of prop up the phone. I'm gonna put this here, that up there. What I'm going to do is now I'm gonna put 4 screws that go in there. I'm gonna start with the right bottom one. Oh, that should not happen. You gotta be careful that that does not happen. So what I'm gonna do is gonna press on the metal clasp a little. So now that those 4 screws are in, now we can do the hardest part. So this is the fingerprint reader. I like to kind of rotate my phone this way and get this ready. Get that cable out ready. So this is once again just like Lego. It should just, clasp on. So just push down. Okay, clicked. Remember this metal bracket that I was talking about. So on this metal bracket, we need to be very careful because there's gonna be 2 holes, as you see back there. And there's gonna be a latch. So first thing we need to do is make sure that the 2 holes are in first. Okay, perfect. Okay, now I just push it in. I'm gonna get a lightning cable. Boom! If you see that, it's very low brightness. It is lighting up, so we fixed it. Oh yeah. Now to put it back together, you gotta make sure that this top half goes in first like this. And then you gotta just slowly just push on the sides. Should really just... Now, the final part. Bring the 2 pentalobe screws back in. And there we go. Not too tight. This lightning cable. And boom. Just worked out. Thank you for watching my charging port replacement video of the iPhone 5S. I hope you learned something today, and I hope let some kids get their graduation photos back again. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.